culture radically torn. But this loving mom's voice of reason and calm has received national recognition.
How'd you balance having your children and always traveling with the Yankee organization?
When I became a dad, I said that I would always love like a mother.
I feel like I have to try and serve things or act a different way because I know some people or some kids.
So join Danni Benson as she celebrates her special guests on her show and highlights their gifts and contributions to our world.
Hello?
Danni, you're muted. You're muted.
Just when America has reached a breaking point with division, visionary influencer Danni Benson's I'm Proud of You Sis bro movement taps into the pulse and heartbeat of a culture radically torn. But this loving mom's voice of reason and calm has received national recognition.
How'd you balance having your children and always traveling with the Yankee organization?
When I became a dad, I said that I would always love like a mother.
I feel like I have to try and serve things or act a different way because I know some people or some kids.
So join Danni Benson as she celebrates her special guests on her show and highlights their gifts and contributions to our world.
Hi, everyone. My name is Danni Benson, host and founder of I'm Proud of You Sis. It is hump day. How is everybody doing today? I hope everybody's doing well. I'm in the Northeast. It's been a horrible day. It's like raining and it's so windy. But I hope everyone is getting to wherever they want to go safely. I'm excited because tonight is a tree lighting in New York City. So let the holidays begin. Yeah. Hopefully everyone had a great Thanksgiving with their loved ones. This is the most wonderful time of the year. I love this time of the year because we get to be joyful, spend more time with our family, appreciate, our loved ones. But I want to say thank you for joining. I'm Proud of You Sis. I have a special guest that I want to give her flowers to. Her name is Sharlyn Martinez. And I'm so excited to have her on the show because she is like the expert on financial literacy. And now that we are full swing in an inflationary period, which is so crazy because I thought that we could get inflation down, but hey, Black Friday, they're saying everybody's shopping still. So I guess the more people that shop, the higher the prices are going to go because people could afford it at the price point that the stores are putting it at. And there goes inflation. So the cool thing about her coming in is I was explaining to her, like when I go to these stores, they always ask me, do you want to open up a credit card? Do you want to open up a credit card? And then I say, you know what? If you asked me that question in my 20s, I would be like, yes, let me open up a credit card. But now, because I've been in financial debt and I understand what credit cards are, it's not free money. You have to pay it back. And especially with the high interest rates now. So I know a lot of people are probably struggling with their credit card bills, especially with the high interest rates. I wanted her to come on and just talk to us about financial literacy. I want to give this girl, Sharlyn, her flowers. So Sharlyn.
Hi, Danni. Thank you so much for having me on your beautiful show. I'm proud of you, sis. And I'm proud of you for having me on your show. we have to give you your flowers also.
Oh, Charlene, thank you so much. But I want to give you your flowers because there's not that many women that are in the financial industry. That's number one. It's like a male-driven industry. Number two, I'm so proud of you because you want to teach the younger generation and the people in our communities how to not make the mistakes that we probably didn't know because our parents didn't know, right?
Right.
Because that helps the future generation make better choices and better decisions.
Absolutely.
Because credit is king, right? You have excellent credit, you can do so much, but if you don't have that much of a, like, if your credit is like less than, I don't know, what's the number now? Is it 630 and lower?
50, I say, but some have gone down over the financial crisis where they have lowered it. They had no other choice but to lower it, so people can actually advance more.
So first question I want to ask you, what would you tell your younger self, knowing what you know now?
Definitely know about credit. I was just having that conversation with my elders just over the Thanksgiving weekend. And we were like, you guys didn't teach us financial literacy, credit, how to save money, or anything like that, which now is so important for us to know. So that's exactly what I would teach my younger self.
And then what would you teach them about the credit cards? Don't get too many. What would be your standard if you were going into college right now, the information that you know? Because I remember when I went to college, it was like there was all these credit card companies lined up and kept saying sign up, sign up, sign up. And I was signing up for every single credit card at the time of my life in college. And when college was over, I was in debt.
Financial debt, correct. I would say the max will be 2. You really don't need any more than 2 of them to actually, have a balanced credit history. And they only look at it for a year. But I would say, there's a credit rule where you only spend 30%. You should never spend over 30% of your credit limit. And that's very important that a lot of people don't know. And then it's like if you spend more than that, it could affect your credit. Even though you have the credit limit, it could still affect your credit.
Really? And it affects your credit how? Like buying a house, buying a car?
There will be points deducted off your credit report, off your credit score. I'm sorry. So basically, right, if they give you a credit limit of $200, you're spending over $75 and just always keeping it like that. They kind of classify you as a high risk.
Wow, and that's not really, obviously that's not good, because if you're high risk, that means they don't want to give you credit because they I guess feel that you might not be able to pay them back, right?
Exactly. That's what they call it. They go off, everything is off your credit score, and they want to know, how what's the credit risk that we're going to take in order for us to lend this person money, and it all translates into bigger investments as you go along in life.
So what would you tell the kids? I have young children. I'm trying to teach them about financial literacy, and of course, like the math is important, the addition, the subtraction, division, and all that other good stuff. But I think this generation, more than any other generation, in schools, it needs to be implemented, especially in the public schools, about financial literacy, because credit can make or break you.
Correct.
Your credit score can make or break you, because even having an interest rate, the interest rates are so high right now. I think they're like 6.8% APR right now. If you have really good credit, you'll get the 6%. But if you have really bad credit, people understand you might get the 8%, which is higher.
And you're paying higher, whether it's a down payment on a home, whether it's a down payment on a vehicle, whether it's a credit limit. Instead of you getting a higher credit limit, they'll give you a lower credit limit.
Yeah. So what do you tell the kids? If I am coming into your office right now, I just want to say Charlene's company is called Sin-Cere Consulting Services. She's located in Rhode Island, and she loves to serve the underdeserved community. I don't want to say underdeserved. Basically, minorities. Because what happened is, I was telling Charlene, my parents are immigrants. So when they first came to this country, they didn't know anything about financial literacy. So they didn't teach me anything. And it's not their fault. They came here to work hard to give us the best life that they could. But they didn't really know that aspect, because coming into America is a completely different place to where our parents come from, right? So me and Charlene were probably the generation that, you know, stumbled a lot when it came to our credit, right? Because our parents didn't pass down any information to us to know what's the proper way of navigating through credit, through buying houses, to checks, you know, all that stuff.
Correct.
So now that we have children, that's why I wanted Charlene to come on, because I want our kids to be empowered and not to be afraid of financial literacy. For you not to be nervous about it, because there's good ways to do it where you will have a really good outcome. Is that correct? The steps of just building good credit.
That is correct. However, the first advice that you want to give, you know, a child or anybody learning financial literacy, if you don't have the money, don't spend it. That's the first advice. If you don't have it, don't spend it. Yes, it's there, but it's not your money, and it can make or break you. And exactly. You don't want to not have the money and say, yeah, I might get the money. No, because all your financial decisions are going to affect you when you're getting older. So if I have, my 16-year-old, he works, and I let him know, like, hey, you have $200. This is your credit card. This is how much you can spend. It's 30%. Do you have the money to cover that? If you don't have the money to cover it on your next billing cycle, then just don't do it. Because you might not know if you're going to be able to come up with the money the next month, and it might affect you.
Wow. I never thought about it that way, because the way I spend credit is my limit is $200. I'm like, okay, I got $200 to spend. But you're saying that you don't really have $200 to spend, because if you go to your credit limit, you become high risk. So you have to basically spend 30%
of the credit limit. Correct.
Wow.
Right.
I didn't know that.
Correct. Yes. And even if you do spend the money and you pay it right away, that kind of doesn't give the creditor anything, basically, because they say, oh, we're not getting any money from them. We're not getting any interest from them. So they don't want to raise your limit. Sometimes they kind of put you in another, bracket.
So you're basically saying to me, I always have an Amex, and I used to always want to pay it off every single month. But you're saying even if you're paying it off every single month, that's still not really building your credit, because they want to get at least something from you to pay it off. So tell me how you build your credit.
Well, there's a couple of ways I build my credit.
Okay.
I worked for a very lucrative company, and then I ended up, purchasing real estate. So I was in the real estate industry, where I have, my own real estate. But back then, when I was doing it, it wasn't as difficult as it is now, basically. So how I built credit was, I got a secured credit card from Bank of America. Went and put $300. They gave me another $300, and that equaled to $600. And they just seen how I did for the next 6 months. And then I got a lot of requests, a lot of offers from different credit cards. And they're like, hey, do you want this credit card? And I was kind of approved by that. But I always knew, my goals and what I wanted to do, because I was in the mortgage industry already. So at 18, I was in the mortgage industry, in the lending industry. So I kind of knew the criteria that they were looking for. And that kind of saved me through a whole lot of processes that and got a lot of knowledge that a lot of people my age, at that age, were worrying about partying, and I wasn't. So it kind of taught me, and that's how I've been, growing my business and going forward. Like, that's what I've been focused on, is just, educating the young generation, and also the, the older ones too, that just, want to rent and living paycheck to paycheck, and how important it is to have independence and financial, stability, and how to save and just all that sorts. And that's why I have the business that I have built now is mostly about how does my community not get so much in debt, even with trying to build a business on their own. Like, you don't have to have, business loans all the time and business credit cards. Like, a lot of people say, yeah, don't use your own money, use other people's money. But at the end of the day, you're still paying other people's money with interest. So
you are, which is a great segue, because you're actually in the one of your fortes is helping people in your community get grants, which is free money to help them build their businesses. And I know there's so much money out there that's free money that we don't even go in and tap into.
exactly.
So tell me, this is the reason I'm so proud of you, sis, because there's no businesses like that can actually help you find money out there to help build your business. Because when you're building a business, it's you need a lot of capital, right? Correct. Especially to start. And like you said, with the capital, you end up being in debt. But wouldn't it be great to go to a business service like you, Sin-Cere Consulting Service, and you will help me find grants so I can be less in debt, but still have my dreams of owning my own business and my own entrepreneurship. And that is your forte. So explain to me, what do you do for the community to help them get the access to capital without being so much in debt?
Yes, I'm so excited to speak about it, because this is what, makes us stand out from every other business. Other businesses offer bookkeeping and everything. And yes, we do offer the bookkeeping services also. And we offer, personal taxes and finances, but actually getting them the grants is, a lot of people don't have the time, and a lot of business owners, just to sit in an extensive, basically writing essays and filling out all these applications. I have a great group of women that, help me out, and it's a team effort all the time. And I let them know how much I love and appreciate them. Not only are they helping me fill out the grants for, small business owners and minority business owners and women, because we focus a lot on women enterprises, and just help them with that. Just like, we build their business from beginning to end the proper way. So we have company standards to help them. A lot of them have been operating and have been in business, but not correctly and to the standards of the state, federal, and government regulations that they need to be. So when they sit with us, and, like I said, I have a professional and expert grant writing on my team. She sits with them, and we basically go through the whole entire business process with them, making sure that they are going to be able to qualify for all this free money that's out there. It's out there for a reason. A lot of people don't have the time. They don't have the knowledge. They don't have the education to even write a sentence. That's what we're playing. That's our part, and that's what we actually do.
Wow, that is amazing, because you know what it is? People don't have the time. Even when I went to school and when I was looking for scholarships, it was overwhelming because there was so much out there, but I just didn't have the time to tap into everything. So it's so great to have a business like you, where I can go to you, sit down, and you can actually hold my hand and guide me through, so my business could be very successful from the start. Because
Exactly.
your foundation from your business is what matters the most. If you have a weak foundation, your business will collapse. But if you start building a strong foundation, your business will just flourish, because it's standing on something that is strong and viable. So grants. So it's grants coming from the state, grants coming from private companies. Like, how do you find these grants?
Well, we have basically, I work with a lot of organizations in Rhode Island. So that's, that's my base. That's who I go to, like the Rhode Island Hispanic Chambers. And we go to the state of Rhode Island and, United Way. So we have a lot of organizations that my company actually has personal relationships with. And they say, hey, we have these grants, or we have, this forgivable loans, after a couple of years. So they fill us in with all the information that we have. We put it out there so they can find it on our website also, sinceremultiservice.com. They find it on our website. They can go on my Instagram page, Facebook page, and I basically give them the information. So all the information is out there. I give it to them for free. I help my community. However, we're here to help, because we know if you don't have it, you don't know about it. And that's one of the mistakes that, it's in our culture. They don't pass on all of the.
They don't share information.
They're afraid to share information. I'm never afraid to share information or to
Neither.
help other. You can do it on your own. Here's the information. Go ahead and do it. I'm happy for that. I'm happy that you took the opportunity to do that.
No, you are right. In our communities, that's what we're lacking. We're lacking the sharing the information, the passing down the information.
Correct.
Everyone gets information and they hold it on because they feel like it's like a competition thing. They feel like if they give it to you, then you might be better than me. So instead of me sharing it, I don't share it at all. I just keep it to myself.
Right.
And I'm a sharer queen. Everyone knows me. Like, I give out information all the time because I understand that I'm a unique person. So we can have the same information, but we tackle it in different ways. Why?
I'm sorry to cut you off, but
no.
Everyone has their own individual gifts. So what you can do, I can do differently, and we can still help each other. It doesn't even matter.
And I don't know why we don't help each other. I mean, people do the talk, but when it comes to the actionable part, it's like we can all be in the same room helping each other rise, and we do the talking, we exchange the numbers, and then that's it. Like, no one is really following up afterwards to say, hey, you know what? I want to reinforce the information that I sent to you to make sure that you're doing it. That's why I love Sin-Cere Consulting, your Sin-Cere Consulting business, because it helps your community become stronger.
Exactly.
With sharing that information, because I think entrepreneurship is the American dream, actually. I think owning your business in America, like small businesses, is the American dream, because you want to be able to one day, and look, some people like to work with for other people, that's fine. But I think now more than ever, people are trying to find ways to work for themselves.
Exactly.
So that's why
it's very important. It's like I said, individual independence. And that's why, I instill in the females. My space is basically full of females, and there's strong young entrepreneurs in the making also. And I let them know, when you walk in here, yes, you're under Sin-Cere, but you're also working on your own business. It's not like you're under, you're cluttered, you're for me, just for me, because that doesn't let you grow.
No, it doesn't let you grow.
And it's giving them an opportunity to actually see and know their own worth. Basically, they know that, hey, I can do this. This is for me. And we're all, like I said, a team, and we're all helping each other on a daily basis. If you know this, we all have our individual, like my front desk girl, she has 6 different languages.
Wow,
that's
amazing.
Huge. I have a grant service person. Then I have a person that does notary, and she does credit repair. So another individual person, taxes. Like, yes, I can do them all because I'm certified, I'm qualified, I've done it all. But it's nothing like having individuals in a group setting, knowing exactly that one, individualized service and helping out to the best and giving just the best of that they can give.
And that's why I love small businesses, because small businesses in America are the ones who hire the most, hire more than the corporations, small businesses. So the more small businesses that Americans can develop, we're helping a whole slew of people coming into the workforce to work for a small business. And I love the fact that you have your team feel like they have a part of the stake.
Right.
Because when they feel like they're part of something, they're gonna work even harder because they feel like they're part of the team. When they just feel like they're just working and they're not appreciated and they just, oh, we're just here to make her rich, you know, that brings the morality of the employees down, because they want to feel like, I'll work for you as hard as I can if I feel like I have a stake in this, because we're in this together.
Right.
And I think that's what a lot of jobs are missing now, because I hear a lot of people complaining there's so many for hire signs, and they're like, where are the people to come and work? I think a lot of people during the pandemic started their own businesses.
Yes. A lot of people started their own businesses, but also a lot of companies want you to do 10 people's jobs and not compensate you enough for that. So we're being exploited and exhausted at the same time, where we're giving just so much of ourselves to that one company. And
yeah, so much of us.
Our mental health, and it just all goes within that whole spectrum itself.
And I think that's what COVID did. I think when everyone stopped for a second and they analyzed their job and they saw how life can just be over just like this, people really made an assessment in their lives, and they said, you know what, I want more work balance. I want more say in my business. There was things that they were saying out loud that they had time to really sit and not be off for the weekend and have to rush back to work again, because COVID had us sitting down, like reflecting, because we couldn't really do anything. And I think a lot of people just decided, I want to do my own business. I want to go after my passion. I want to do something that I love, you know, and I want to be a part of a team that loves me back. I want to feel appreciated in the workforce. So I feel that companies like yours are giving that to the community. Companies like yours, like Sin-Cere Multi-Service Company, which is helping financial literacy in her community, which is also helping with grant writing. So you don't have to feel overwhelmed if you want to start a business and you have a dream. You can go to Sin-Cere Consulting, and she can help you and her team hold your hand and make your realities of entrepreneurship come true.
Exactly.
Because that is your expertise, like that. And I think that's amazing, because I think a lot of people need their hands held, but correctly, because like you said, we want to make sure you're doing your business the right way. Like everything has to be to code.
Exactly. And also we work with the women minority businesses and get certifications. So a lot of people don't understand how important it is to get certified as a minority business, woman business. You know, it's just an overwhelming opportunity where it gives you more of the funding in the business to your own business that you're trying to build. So we also help with that. Like I said, it's just establishing all sorts of income coming in to your business where you never thought about this. We have a lot of requests, and we're sitting down with each individual business owner, and we're just amazed at some of them don't even know the part about grants itself or how it works. And
I mean, I didn't even know. I just thought it was like for school, like scholarship grants for school.
Right.
I didn't
and
even
we have
know
those too. And we have those.
Oh, I know you do.
Where we help the students also apply for grants and scholarships. We have that program too for the students, but just for the minority business owners, yeah, they didn't know about it. And we're like, yeah, these are the grants that if, they go through the whole entire process, and we can't guarantee you the funds, but we can apply for you. And that's even a step forward for you getting that. And we you know, it's been successful. We've have received a lot of grants. You know, a couple of our minority business owners have received those grants also. And they're like thankful for us for even putting them on that step and just, you know, moving them forward to that, where $5,000 here, $10,000 here, it's not a whole lot, but it's something.
Adds up.
It's something,
and it adds up.
Whereas less of loans or credit cards that you have to keep swiping and taking interest on, and in the long run, it's costing you more money.
You know what? I have a great idea for you. I don't know if you're already doing this, but because you're located, your main base is Rhode Island.
Correct.
I think the world and the country would benefit from your services.
Absolutely.
I really think that, you know, you should offer these services online. What the pandemic has taught me is, just like I'm talking to you right now, we can have conversations right now without me actually being in Rhode Island.
Absolutely. We are branched out. We are doing Mass, Connecticut, New Hampshire. So basically the whole New England area, we are branched out to that. But we're only take a limited amount of clients right now. I mean, only because the extensive work that we have to do, we want to make sure that we're giving quality work instead of quantity. We want to be able to service as many people as we can. You know, we're interviewing to get a lot more grant writers in the building, because like I said, the amount of response we have, you know, gotten from the community, it's so immense that it's like we're in need of, you know, just basic grant writers at this moment. There's only 4 of us right now, and it's a start.
You know, it's a start, and I really see this business actually, like I always have. I'm just like the spiritual person, but I see this business flourishing.
Yes.
I see you licensing your name and having different branches all over the country, because there's things like this that people actually need to help them, because there's a lot of people that have the fortitude, they could do their business on their own. Right. But there's a lot of people that want to do their business, but they don't even know how to start.
Right.
And I can see in 10 years from now, I can see Sin-Cere Consulting Services placed all over the country.
Thank you.
Where people are going to come to you, and you got to get those grant writers. They just need to know that you're there. You're going to get the grant writers, because there are people that actually do that like all the time. Like they do grant writing all the time. So I could see your business actually growing. That's why I'm so proud of you, sis, because you found a niche, that you found a need that the community needed.
Right.
And you made it into a business, because now someone who is like a minority, or not even a minority, a woman, or whatever.
Yes.
Whatever dream they have, they can come to you. They can say, look, I have this dream of being an entrepreneur. I want to have a solid business where I actually make money. I just don't want to just be an entrepreneur where it's like, you know, I'm an entrepreneur today, I'm not an entrepreneur tomorrow. I really want to take this seriously, where I am now going to hire people and have people under me. So you have to do the paperwork and everything the right way, because these people need to get paid.
Exactly.
You can't be an entrepreneur and then you don't have bookkeeping, you don't have the books, people have to pay their taxes. There's so many that comes into, you know, being an entrepreneur. It's not just, you know, you just have your own gig, but there's a lot of people that you're responsible for.
Right.
Because now that you're the boss, there's people that's working under you. So it's amazing that you have found this great idea, because I actually Googled and I was like, let me see if there's like places like Sin-Cere Consulting, and I didn't really find anything.
No, we
Girl,
are.
How'd you come up with this?
We're the first. Well, you know what? To be real honest, I'm a certified and pro advisor for QuickBooks. I'm also a certified accountant, and I was working in my home office. And literally for years, I was doing taxes, bookkeeping, going out to companies. And I wanted to know, how do I stand out from all these beautiful businesses, you know, that are out there? How do I stand out from that? And I used to fill out my own grant writing, and I'm like, this is a lot for me. But guess what? this is something that I can instill. How many business owners feel the same way that I do at this moment? And that's why not only did I bring that out, and we are the only company in Rhode Island that actually offer grant writing services in our company, which is amazing.
I like the whole Rhode Island.
The whole Rhode Island, yes.
So that's what I'm saying. I'm so proud of you, sis. That's all I have to say. I'm so proud of you, sis, because I told you, I did my research and I was like, wow, she's on to something. That's why I was like, you could have little branches here, because it starts with one and then it spreads out, and it is your company. Right. And you're gonna have all of these other places. So even if you're in Rhode Island, I see you spreading out throughout the whole country, because there is a need for this, especially after the PPP loan, especially after the EIDL loan, because those were grants, forgivable grants. Right. That's when it opened my eyes that, wait a minute.
And there was and there was a lot of customers that didn't qualify because I had a lot of customers that came to me and try to make me help them, but they didn't have all the necessary paperwork. And I felt very bad because it was to help them out. But because the guidelines and they didn't have everything together. And that's what I love about my business, where you can come in. We are going to help you from establishing your EIN to registering in every state, to getting the right, SAM Gov and UID numbers and everything that you need. Business plan, we have that. We just set you up where it's amazing. Bookkeeping, and how do you do your own bookkeeping or hire a bookkeeper? Because it's necessary. So we have everything in the office. It's like a one-stop shop. And that's what, gave me, it brings me, and I have the passion to help so many of, my culture, my community, my minority, my women, that we're bosses and we have so much to give, and we're so just great. Women are great, and I love them. And
I love them too. I love women. I love women. I love what they stand for. I love the fact that we can multitask.
Yes.
I just love nothing bad about men, but I only could relate because I'm a woman. So I can talk about what's so great about being a woman. But I love, what I need more is for us to collaborate more. We were talking about that earlier. I think we need to have more collaboration, helping each other more, and not see each other as a competition. We're here to help each other grow, right? And everyone grows. I watch flowers in the springtime, and every flower takes their time to grow the way they want to grow. But I want to be able to give each flower the same nurturing. And if you want to grow this way, that way, that's fine. But I think that as women, when we collaborate, we're all different flowers. So we can all share the information, and we'll just grow differently.
Exactly. And I would love to collaborate with as many women, as many minorities, business owners. Just contact me. I'm pretty sure you'll.
What is your handles? What are your handles?
Well, SinCereMultiservice.com, Sharlyn at Sin-Cere Multiservices, and Sin-Cere_Multiservice and Instagram.
And then where do people? So if I live in New York, can I get grant services, or I would have to come to Rhode Island?
No, you can do it. We do Zoom all the time. We do Teams meetings. We do phone calls. Any form, we'll ask you any form of way that is comfortable for you, is comfortable for us. Because like you said, everything now is pretty much online.
Yes.
We would love for you guys to come visit us and see our great location. But a lot of people are busy, and we have a life, outside of another life.
Yes.
We understand, and we could still get it done.
Well, I just want to tell you, Sharlyn Martinez, I am proud of you, sis. Thank you so much for everybody watching, and I will see you guys next week. Thank you, Sharlyn, for coming on the show.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.